Good evening, Cleveland and Columbus sports fans. You're tuned in live to the show of the land on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Tonight, we are going to talk about some hockey, what's going on with the Blue Jackets and the Monsters, and some Ohio State Lady Buckeyes championship hockey. Then, we will get into some basketball, what's happening with the Cavs and their injuries and all that fun jazz. And then we will talk about the Charge, and we will talk some college basketball and what's happening in the NCAA tournaments. We will then move on to some Browns updates. We will talk some soccer with the Crew and the Crunch. And we will get into some volleyball and baseball with the Columbus Fury and the Cleveland Guardians. So stay tuned for all of that and maybe more. We'll see. We'll see where the night takes us. Before we get started with the sports news tonight, let's give a shout out to our sponsors. Our first sponsor is Planet Jerky Premium Brisket Beef Jerky. Planet Jerky is the official jerky of the 2022 California League champion Lake Elsinore Storm, the single A affiliate of the San Diego Padres. This all brisket jerky has gluten-free options, contains no MSG, no sodium nitrate, is low in sugar, and high in protein. Planet Jerky, the jerky that's on a whole other planet. You can follow them on Instagram at Planet Jerky and can place your orders on their website, planetjerky.net. All orders of $50 or more get free shipping, so place your order today. Our second sponsor is Seal the Deal Wax Seals by Cecilia B. You just finished your very own wedding or baby shower invitations and you're looking for that extra special touch? Maybe you just wrote a letter to a relative or a friend and you want to add to their smile when they receive it. Then seal the deal with Cecilia's handmade sealing wax stamps for your invitations, letters, and gifts. You bring the deal, we'll bring the seal. And you can follow them on Instagram at sealthedeal_wax stamps. And you can also find them on Facebook, Seal the Deal Wax Stamps. Now a little about IE Sports Radio. For the last almost 10 years, IE Sports Radio has brought you amazing content ranging from interviewing legendary athletes, coaches, and other authorized media personnel to building tailor-made shows dedicated to all major sports cities around the country. Make sure to follow us at IE Sports Radio on X, formerly known as Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok to keep up with the latest in sports and with all of our shows. Also, check out our daily updated website, iesportsradio.com. For sports news, the IE Sports Radio blog. You can find my latest blog there. Our Hall of Fame, Fans of the Month, pages dedicated to each podcast, our IE Sports Radio community forum, and stop by the shop and check out the merch. Thank you for making IE Sports Radio your direct feed for all that is sports. Now let's get into some hockey. So, the Columbus Blue Jackets played the Detroit Red Wings on Tuesday. Zach Werenski started things out with an unassisted goal. Then Alexander Texier scored a goal, and the Blue Jackets were up 2-0 at the end of one. The Red Wings then scored 2 goals in the second period to tie it up at 2-2 at the end of 2. Kirill Marchenko scored a goal on a power play, bringing the score to 3-2. Then Zach Werenski left for the locker room, moving very gingerly, so yikes. And the Red Wings tied it up with 12.6 seconds left in the third period. And the Red Wings ended up getting the game winner in overtime. As a result of the Werenski injury, the Blue Jackets recalled David Juracek from the Monsters on an emergency recall. On Friday, the Blue Jackets played the Colorado Avalanche and lost 6-1. Damon Severson had the lone goal for the Blue Jackets. The Blue Jackets then recalled James Malatesta from the Monsters on an emergency recall and reassigned David Juracek to the Monsters. On Saturday, they played the Vegas Golden Knights, and Eric Goodbranson scored the first goal, and the Blue Jackets were up 1-0 at the end of one. Vegas then scored 2 goals in the second period, and the Blue Jackets were down 2-1 at the end of 2. Vegas then scored 2 more goals in the third, and Carson Meyer scored a goal with about 11 seconds left, bringing the final to 4-2. So, still a loss. Their next games are Tuesday at the Arizona Coyotes, Thursday. Oh, wait, that's today. Today against the Arizona Coyotes. Thursday against the Pittsburgh Penguins, Saturday again against the Pittsburgh Penguins, and Monday against the Colorado Avalanche. The Blue Jackets have been eliminated from playoff contention. Trey Fix-Wolanski was loaned back to the Cleveland Monsters, and Brendan Gaunce's emergency recall was changed to a regular recall. And Tyler Angle has been recalled on an emergency recall from Cleveland due to an injury to Alex Nylander, who is day-to-day with an upper body injury. And the Blue Jackets will recognize Jeff Rimmer before Saturday's game. He is the TV voice of the Columbus Blue Jackets, and he is retiring after, I believe, 11 seasons calling the Blue Jackets games. So they will have a little recognition ceremony prior to the game against the Penguins on Saturday. The Monsters did not do any better than the Blue Jackets this past week. They played the Hershey Bears on Friday and lost 6-3. Alex Whalen, Jake Gaudette, and Tyler Angle recorded the goals, and Jet Greaves was in the net with 33 saves. Saturday, they again played the Hershey Bears and lost 5-0. Malcolm Subban was in the net with 23 saves. Their next games are tomorrow against the Grand Rapid Griffins and Saturday against the Rochester Americans. They are currently in second in the North behind Syracuse. Now, for some winning hockey. The Ohio State Lady Buckeyes made it to the NCAA Women's Frozen Four. And on Friday, they played Clarkson and won 4-1. On Sunday, they played Wisconsin. Wisconsin was the 2 seed, and Ohio State was the 1 seed. And they ended up winning 1-0 for the national championship. Rookie of the Year Joy Dunn scored the only goal late in the third period. So the majority of the game, it was 0-0. It was an amazing game. Both teams played so well, and they both deserve the recognition. Of course, I'm glad Ohio State won, but both teams deserved it. It was an incredibly hard-fought game, and both goalies were amazing. And Joy just got lucky with that shot because both goalies were stopping absolutely everything and anything anywhere near them. So it was an amazing game, and congratulations to the Lady Buckeyes on their second national title in the last 3 years. But that is going to wrap things up for all things hockey. So I am going to take a short break, and when I get back, we will talk some basketball. So stay tuned to The Show of the Land with Jen B on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Hello, ladies and centers. Hello, sports fans around the world. Hello, IE Sports family. This is Cale Henderson, the host of IE Vegas, the Sin City Sports Show, presented by IE Sports Radio. If you folks are interested in sports in the Vegas area, if you're wanting to have a blast for 1 hour every Tuesday night from 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, this is a show built for the Vegas sports fans, where we feature the Las Vegas Raiders, the Las Vegas Golden Knights, the Las Vegas Aces, and the University of Las Vegas, Nevada Rebels. Hopefully, fingers crossed, MLB team coming soon. Either way, if you folks are looking to have a blast for 1 hour each and every week, tune in Tuesday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you folks are interested in Vegas sports news, go to our Twitter, at SinCities_IESR, and you can speak with me, the host, Cale Henderson, at Cale_Henderson on Twitter. At any time, be happy to reply. Always want to reach out to our fans. Again, the Sin City Sports Show, presented by IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Davidson.
It's your boy, Notorious Live.
And we are the hosts of Fast Break here on IE Sports Radio, where we discuss everything in the world of basketball from prep to the pros.
You guys should definitely check us out, man. Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We got all the basketball information you guys need, so we look forward to you guys listening in.
And please do, because we are the best basketball show on this side of the Mississippi. And please do check us out on Twitter at FastBreakISR. D-Lock, where's our time again?
8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. That gives you guys plenty of time on a Sunday.
Tune in.
Hey yo, what's up? It's your man Bishop, the voice of This Is KC Sports, the show where we go over the Chiefs, the Royals, KC Current, Sporting KC, MU, and oh yeah, if we got time, we'll even throw in some of that KU stuff from my people on the 913 South. Come and hang out with us every Sunday, 2 p.m. Central Standard Time on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Hey there, sports fans. Are you looking for a sports show that maybe isn't 100% about sports?
Then you might want to check out the Sports Couple Perspectives right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Most sports shows cover only scores and stats, and while we're not opposed to that, we dig a little deeper into sports issues and some of the hottest topics in athletics.
In addition to sports, we take a journey through my neck of the woods, pop culture, with movie reviews of both sports and non-sports films.
Speaking of pop culture, make sure to participate in our game nights, where we quiz each other on our specialties, and you, the listeners, can win IE Sports Radio apparel.
We always have a great time learning more about each other's worlds, one show at a time.
So join us each week on the Sports Couple Perspectives, right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
You're back live with Jen B on the Show of the Land on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Quick shout out to Ralph Calise, host of the Yinzer Report, who is in the chat and says have a great show. And also to Taryn Rodriguez, host of Set Point, our volleyball show, and host of the SoCal Supreme Sports Show for all that is Southern California sports. And the Yinzer Report, of course, is all Pittsburgh sports. So be sure to check out those shows. And now let's get into some basketball. What in the world is going on with these Cleveland Cavaliers? Ugh, it has been a week. Wednesday, they played the Miami Heat. The starting five were Darius Garland, Karis LeVert, Isaac Okoro, George Niang, and Jarrett Allen. At the end of one, they were down 31-30. Not so bad, right? At the end of the half, they were down 61-57, and Jarrett Allen had a first half double-double. Still, not so bad, right? At the end of three, they were down 83-75, and they ended up losing 103-104. Not terrible, but yeesh, another loss. Jarrett Allen led with 25 points and had a double-double with 20 rebounds. Karis LeVert also had a double-double with 16 points and 12 assists. And you notice who's missing from this list of leaders. Darius Garland. What is going on? So, move on to Friday. They played the Minnesota Timberwolves. The starting five was, again, Darius Garland, Karis LeVert, Isaac Okoro, George Niang, and Jarrett Allen. At the end of one, they were down 25-20. At the half, they were down... they were not down. They were up 49-46. So I had some hope. But then at the end of three, they were down 72-66, and they ended up losing 104-91. Darius Garland led with 19 points, and Jarrett Allen recorded another double-double with 15 points and 13 rebounds. Sunday, they again played the Miami Heat. And the starting five were Darius Garland, Karis LeVert, Isaac Okoro, Evan Mobley. Evan Mobley's back. And Jarrett Allen. At the end of one, they were down 32-22. At the half, they were down 60-39. Yes, you heard that right. They scored 39 points in the first half. 39. Professional basketball team. 39 points in the first half. At the end of three, they were down 90-57, and they ended up losing 121-84. Absolute horrendous showing by the Cleveland Cavaliers on Sunday. In their defense, they are ravaged with injuries. They have an absolute horrendous schedule for the month of March. A ton of back-to-backs, a lot of travel, back and forth. No two games in the same city, back and forth, traveling all over the place. So they are exhausted and shorthanded. Evan Mobley led with 14 points. 15 points. There were no double-doubles. On Monday, they played the Charlotte Hornets. Hooray! A quote-unquote easy game. The starting five were Darius Garland, Karis LeVert, Isaac Okoro, Evan Mobley, and Jarrett Allen. At the end of one, they were tied at 20. Marcus Morris was ejected during the second quarter for a flagrant 2. At the end of the half, they were up 51-37. At the end of 3, they were up 78-66, and they ended up winning 115-92. Much better. And thankfully, they have some easy games coming up, so hopefully they can get a few more wins under their belts. Evan Mobley, Jarrett Allen, and George Niang all led with 17 points each. Jarrett Allen and Darius Garland both recorded double-doubles. Jarrett Allen with 17 points and 13 rebounds. Darius Garland with 15 points and 10 assists. Their next games are tomorrow against the Charlotte Hornets again, Friday against the Philadelphia 76ers, and Sunday against the Denver Nuggets. So hopefully, they can get at least 2 wins out of those 3 games. The Cavs also revealed renderings of the new training facility to be built in downtown Cleveland called the Cleveland Clinic Global Peak Performance Center. It will be 210,000 square feet and will be one of the largest training facilities in the world. And if you want to check out more on that, check out my page on X, formerly known as Twitter, Show of the Land, or at Show of the Land IE. I retweeted the announcement from the Cleveland Cavaliers regarding this facility. The Charge also did not fare too well this past week. On Thursday, they played the Memphis Hustle and lost 106-103. Isaiah Mobley led with 24 points. Pete Nance had a double-double with 17 points and 16 rebounds. Saturday, they played the Sioux Falls Skyforce and lost 112-103. Sharif Cooper led with 30 points, and Pete Nance had another double-double with 22 points and 11 rebounds. On Sunday, they played the Sioux Falls Skyforce again and lost 113-111. So a little bit better. They almost got there. Not quite, but almost. Sharif Cooper led with 31 points and recorded a double-double with 13 assists. And the Charge's last games are Wednesday against the Windy City Bulls, Thursday against the Grand Rapid Gold, and Saturday against the Birmingham Squadron. So they will be, I believe, finishing out the season. I believe Saturday might be their last game, if I remember correctly. So they do not have any games on the schedule for April, so I'm pretty sure that is their last game of the season. So tomorrow will actually be their last home game. Now for some college basketball. Ohio State men's basketball played Cornell on Tuesday in the NIT college basketball tournament, and they won 88-83, advancing to the next round. Ohio State women's basketball's Cody McMahon earned AP All-American honorable mention. Ohio State men's basketball's signee Colin White was named 2024 Ohio Mr. Basketball. He averaged 24.9 points, 8.2 rebounds, 3.1 assists, and 2.6 steals per game, and helped lead the Glendorf, his high school, to their 4th straight state Final Four. Akron men's basketball's Enrique Freeman was named a Lou Henson National Player of the Year finalist. Ohio State men's basketball then played Virginia Tech on Saturday in round 2 of the NIT tournament, and they won 81-73, moving on again to the next round. Akron men's basketball's Enrique Freeman was also named AP All-American Honorable Mention, and in the March Madness NCAA tournament, Akron played Creighton and ended up losing 77-60 and were eliminated. Cleveland State women's basketball played Toledo in the WBIT and lost 76-68, ending their season. Ohio State women's basketball played Maine in the women's NCAA tournament on Friday, and they won 80-57, moving on to the next round. On Saturday, Kent State women's basketball played Notre Dame in the NCAA women's tournament and lost 81-67, thus being eliminated. Sunday, Cleveland State played Northern Colorado in round 1 of the CBIT and won 51-49, advancing to round 2. Tristan Enaruna hit a buzzer beater to secure the victory. On Sunday, Ohio State women's basketball played Duke and ended up losing 75-63, eliminating them from the NCAA tournament. Celeste Taylor fouled out with 6 minutes and 48 seconds left. And then Rebecca Mikulashikova, I spelled it phonetically, so I think I pronounced it right, fouled out with 1 minute and 3 seconds left. Ohio State was up at the half, and they had the momentum going their way, and they just could not get the rhythm going in the second half of the game. So, unfortunately, Ohio State women's basketball has also been eliminated. So there are no more teams in the central/northeast Ohio regions of Ohio in the NCAA March Madness tournaments. Bummer. Ohio State men's basketball will be playing number 4 Georgia tonight in the NIT. So go Ohio State, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, they are the only team in the area left in a tournament, because Cleveland State, Akron, Ohio State women's, and Kent State women's have all been eliminated. Oh, I haven't told you yet that that Cleveland State is eliminated. So I guess I'll just get to that. Cleveland State played High Point in the next round of the CBIT and lost 93-74. So they have now been eliminated. Ohio State men's basketball also hired Dave Dickerson as assistant head coach. Dickerson was with USC Upstate as head coach and previously was with Ohio State as an associate head coach under Thad Matta. So welcome back to Dave Dickerson. Jake Deibler is building his coaching staff, and hopefully Ohio State men's basketball can continue on if they can beat Georgia tonight. But that is going to wrap things up for all things basketball. So I am going to take another short break, and then we will get into some football, soccer, football, whatever you want to call it, volleyball, and baseball. So stay tuned to the show of the land on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
All right. Welcome to AZ Sports Daily. I'm your host, Kieran Daly, bringing the heat to Arizona sports. There's no discrimination here. We're going to talk about every sports team, professional and college. The show is all about you, the listener. I'm here to entertain you. Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here? It's going to be fun, high energy. You may not agree with what I say. That's okay. Let me hear you. Let's talk about it. Join me every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, right here on AZ Sports Daily. That's AZ Sports, D-A-L-E-Y, and at IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Down! Green team! Set! Hey!
What's going on, football fans? This is me, your boy Larry B, inviting you to join myself, Colin Reynolds, Mike Pat, and John Felipe for one of the most electrifying football shows you have ever heard. 3 and Out, right here at IE Sports Radio. Recap of the week before, a preview of what's to come, and of course, 3 hardcore head-to-head prime-time face-offs each week. You don't want to miss it.
Sports fans, do you like teams that are tough, cities that are tougher, and fan bases that are passionate about their teams? How about teams that are historic and stadiums that are iconic? Then you belong in Chicago, and you need to check out Chi-Town Weekly. Join me, Adam Kernan, every week as we keep up with all things Chicago sports. Bears, Bulls, Blackhawks, Cubs, White Sox. We'll cover them all, plus more. The Windy City is always buzzing, and we'll keep you up on all the big games and major stories. So tune in to Chi-Town Weekly every week right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
What's good, fight fans? It's your boy, Marcus Los Rate, here to give you what you want, here to give you what you need. Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm coming to you live, straight from your mama's basement with a crispy, awesome white tea. We are coming to you live every Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Powered by IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
You're back live with Jen B on the Show of the Land on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Now for some Browns news. The Browns made the Jameis Winston and Tyler Huntley signings official. They also signed Deontay Foreman, running back, formerly with the Bears. They signed kicker Cade York to a futures deal, so Cade York is back in Cleveland. And they re-signed safety Rodney McLeod. The Haslams spoke at the owners' meetings and have advised that they have two options for the stadium going forward. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, their lease on the current location is up in 2028. So it's about time to start making decisions about what's next. So the two options are a $1 billion renovation to the current stadium that will not include a dome, or build a dome at the location in Brook Park, which we spoke about a few weeks ago, which will cost at least twice what the renovations to the current stadium would cost. The downside to the renovation to the current stadium is, well, for one, no dome, and two, what does that entail, and can it be done in an off season? And if it can't be done in an off season, where are the Browns going to play while those renovations are being done? So we will see what comes of that in the coming weeks and months and possibly years. But those are the two options that they are exploring. They also announced that Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski extensions are coming soon. The Browns were awarded Nigeria in the NFL's Global Markets Program, and they issued a statement on this saying, "We are excited to be awarded the Nigerian market to further expand the dog pound to Nigeria. The game of American football continues to grow across the globe, and Nigeria is an important market to be in with the increasing number of players across our league that take great pride in their Nigerian heritage. The Browns look forward to continuing to grow the game in Nigeria through the global marketing program while learning from and connecting with the Nigerian community to cultivate more opportunities." And this statement was made by J.W. Johnson. David Njoku, Obo Okoronkwo, and our newest signed free agent tackle, Hakeem Adeniji, are all of Nigerian roots. So David Njoku specifically is extremely happy about this and has already been talking about it. There was some news on Nick Chubb. He is expected to begin some load running this month, and the next 3 months will determine his availability for the start of the season. So we will keep an eye on that and hopefully have some positive news in the coming months. And also Deshaun Watson, I believe, has started throwing. David Njoku and his personal quarterback coach, Quincy Avery, are in LA with him right now. So hopefully we will get some positive news on Deshaun Watson as well. Just one thing for college football. It was announced yesterday that Ohio State's spring game on April 13th will be nationally televised on Fox at noon Eastern Time on April 13th. So that is exciting. It is the first ever nationally televised spring game for Ohio State. The Crew played on Saturday against Charlotte FC. Patrick Schulte and Aiden Morris were out because they had been called up to the U.S. team, and Jason Russell Rowe was out, having been called up to the Canadian national team. Evan Bush got the start in the net due to Patrick Schulte's absence. Head coach Wilfried Nancy was not with the team due to illness, and Alex Matan was out with an injury. In the 26th minute, Derek Jones was red carded after coming in for injured Rudy Camacho. So the crew played the rest of the match with 10 men. Cucho Hernandez scored a goal at 45 plus 10 stoppage time, but it was negated by an offsides review. Yaboa and Farsi were both red carded in the first half, yellow carded in the first half. And at the end of the half, the score was a 0-0. Evan Bush was then yellow carded. The refs were very card happy in this game. It was a little crazy. Charlotte scored a goal at 83 minutes and then scored another at 88, and the Columbus Crew ended up losing 2-0, their first loss of the season. Sad face, but not all too surprising given that they were shorthanded and then a man down for more than half of the match. Their next match is Saturday at Nashville SC. So hopefully they will fare better in that game. The Cleveland Crunch also played on Saturday at Ohio Extreme, and they ended up winning 24-5. Admir Soljovic was named man of the match with 8 points on 5 goals and 3 assists. The Crunch do not play again until April 7th. And they are currently in first place, tied with Omaha at 8-2. Now for some volleyball. And in the chat, Taryn says, "Are you liking Tori Stringer on the Fury? I think she's a stud and was a stud on Louisville." I absolutely adore Tori Stringer, and she is so fun to watch. I miss Rai Santos, but Tori Stringer is way more athletic. She is all over the court, and she does a lot more than just set. So I'm really enjoying watching her play. On Wednesday, the Fury played the Grand Rapid Rise, and they lost set 1, 25-20. They lost set 2, 25-18, but they pulled out the win in set 3, 25-19, and unfortunately ended up losing set 4, 32-30. So they lost the match 3-1. They then signed Michelle Barch-Hackley and Nicolette Perovic and waived Maria Schlegel and Ashley Wenz. Michelle spent 7 seasons with the U.S. women's national team and helped bring home the gold medal in the 2020 Olympics. She was named Best Outside Hitter. She also won gold in the FIVB Volleyball Nations League in 2021 and was named MVP and Best Outside Hitter. And she is on the coaching staff of the Ohio State women's volleyball team. Nicolette was named Best Scorer, Best Opposite, and Best Server in 2018 to 2019 in Hungary, and has won 8 championships and 2 gold medals throughout her career. So welcome to those ladies. Michelle did play a little bit in Sunday's match, not much, but she did get in there a little bit, and she had a block or 2. So on Sunday, the Fury played the number 1 Atlanta Vibe. And in set 1, they won 25-22. Set 2, they lost 27-29. Set 3, they won 25-21. And set 4, they won 25-23. winning the match 3-1. Reagan Cooper had 22 kills and Asia O'Neal had 17 kills. It was so nice to have Asia O'Neal in there for the entire match. She did play a little bit in the previous match, but not much. She came in as a sub during one of the sets, and I think that's about all she played. Their next matches are tomorrow at the Atlanta Vibe and Friday against the Orlando Valkyries. So hopefully they can get another win or two under their belts. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I didn't look, but I believe they are in third place. The two teams above them have played a few more games than them, so they won't be catching them until they catch up in games played. But I believe they are in third place currently. So hopefully they can keep that going. Now for some Guardians baseball. The Guardians optioned infielder Jose Tejena to AAA Columbus. They reassigned right-handed pitchers Jack Leftwich and Adam Oler to minor league camp. They reassigned the following, however, they did remain in major league camp. Left-handed pitcher Anthony Banda, right-handed pitcher Jaime Barria, catcher Dom Nunez, infielder Ray Delgado, first base and outfielder Micah Priest, and outfielder Lorenzo Cedrola. Brian Rocchio made the opening day roster. Also, Gabriel Arias, David Fry, Tyler Freeman, and Carlos Cookie Carrasco, and Tyler Beede. Anthony Gose and Daniel Schneemann were reassigned to minor league camp, and Miles Straw was placed on waivers. And I will say good riddance to him. I know that's not nice, but he's been the bane of my existence for the last 2 seasons, so I am not sorry to say I'm glad he's gone. Sam Hentges will start the season on IL. So the Guardians will be starting the season the same way they ended last season, with pitchers on IL, unfortunately. The opening day roster has been set, and it is as follows. Pitchers: Shane Bieber, Tristan McKenzie, Tanner Bybee, Logan Allen, Carlos Carrasco, Tyler Beede, Emmanuel Clase, Scott Barlow, Nick Sandlin, Eli Morgan, Hunter Gaddis, Tim Herron, and Cade Smith. Catchers: Bo Naylor and Austin Hedges. Infielders: Josh Naylor, Andres Jimenez, Brian Rocchio, and Jose Ramirez. Utility: David Fry and Gabriel Arias. And outfielders: Stephen Kwan, Ramon Laureano, Tyler Freeman, Estevan Florial, and Will Brennan. The season opener is a Thursday against the Oakland A's. And then they will be playing the Oakland A's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And Monday, they will be starting a series against the Seattle Mariners. The starting pitchers will be Thursday, Shane Bieber. Friday, Logan Allen. Saturday, Tanner Bybee. Sunday, Cookie Carrasco. And Monday, Tristan McKenzie, if all goes well. He is pitching in their last spring game, so if all goes well, he will be the starter for that Monday game. But I don't expect any issues, but it all depends on his stamina and things of that nature, because he is coming off an injury. So we will see how things go there. But looking forward to the season getting started this coming week. And then, of course, we have our home opener on total solar eclipse day, or total lunar eclipse, whatever the heck it is, whichever eclipse it is, the eclipse on April 8th. So that is going to be an exciting day. I just saw a report yesterday that a reporter was trying to be proactive and book a hotel room because she lives, I want to say she said like 45 minutes away from the ballpark. So she was going to book a hotel room so that she wouldn't have to worry about dealing with traffic, because traffic in Cleveland is expected to be insane that day, because not only is it opening day for, or the home opener for the Guardians, Cleveland is in the path of totality. So, yeah, she couldn't find a room for less than $600 a night. Crazy, right? Crazy. So that is where things are. And looking forward to seeing how the Guardians do. They are projected to take the Central Division. We will see. They were projected to take the Central Division last year too, and that did not happen. They didn't even make the playoffs. So I am not going to make any projections myself until I actually see them play. They do have a new starting shortstop this season in Brian Rocchio. I loved the way he played last season, but he is very raw, so he does make the occasional mistake. He does bat fairly well, so I am looking forward to having that bat in the lineup for sure. I am also extremely glad that Miles Straw is gone and will not be starting in center field. Center field will most likely be a combination of Estevan Florial and Ramon Laureano, and then Ramon Laureano and Will Brennan will be right field, with David Fry filling in from time to time as well. David Fry plays like every position, so he is a great utility player. Gabriel Arias, generally, when he comes in, plays first, third, or shortstop. He has played some outfield, but Fry can also play catcher, which is awesome because that gives them 3 catchers without actually having 3 catchers. So we'll see, and I'm very excited for Cookie Carrasco to have been named to the starting lineup. I don't know how long that will last because I have a feeling he will be removed once Gavin Williams comes off IL, and he will be added back into the starting rotation. But those 3 rookie pitchers last year, Logan Allen, Tanner Bybee, and Gavin Williams, did amazingly getting thrown into the starting lineup due to all the injuries. So I'm looking forward to see what they can do this season. But that is going to wrap things up for tonight. So let's cue that music. And thank you for joining me, Jen B, tonight on The Show of the Land. And be sure to follow me on X, Instagram, and Threads at BelieveLandGirl, and on TikTok at Jen, JENN, .BelieveLand. Also follow the show for daily updates on Cleveland and Columbus sports news on X at Show of the Land IE. Next up is the Buffalo Huddle with Patty Backs with all that is Buffalo sports. And be sure to catch me next Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern on the Show of the Land for more on Cleveland and Columbus sports, right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Have a great night, Ohio.
Bye.